Good morning. It is Thursday, April 11th, and this is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. We're in the midst of our spring membership drive, and Deacon Jean Leger and I had a great conversation about the mission of Catholic radio. But first, this news. At least 200 students and community members rallied on the Diag at the University of Michigan yesterday, calling for a safe return for the hostages taken by Hamas from Israel and for an end to Jewish hate. The rally was organized by Wolverine for Israel, the Jewish Resource Center, Michigan Hillel, and Chabad House. There have been pro-Palestinian demonstrations on the Ann Arbor campus and ramped-up calls for the University of Michigan to divest endowment funds from Israeli companies over the last 6 months, including a recent protest that disrupted the U of M honors convocation ceremony. The New York-based End Jewish Hatred group called on UM President Santa Ono on Wednesday to adopt a draft policy outlining what happens if activists disrupt university events. Several dozen people turned up at the Green Township Board of Commissioners meeting this week to push back against plans by Gotion Incorporated to build an electric vehicle battery plant. Chuck Thielen, Gotion North American Manufacturing Vice President, spoke at the meeting.
When they say people don't want us here, that's not the message I get outside of this building. I get an awful lot of encouragement to continue on, and that's why I do it.
Thielen also talked about rumors that the plant would have lithium on the site. He says they will make lithium iron phosphate, a dust that is safer and much different from lithium. He even ingested a small amount of it during his speech as proof. The entire township board was removed in November's election due to their support for the plant and replaced with people against the plant. Gotion is a Chinese-based company. A Pontiac woman is facing charges for allegedly embezzling $160,000 from a woman she was hired to care for. Marivela Serrano is charged with embezzlement of $100,000 or more, 12 counts of uttering and publishing, and 5 counts of identity theft. Investigators received a complaint in January that the suspect was exploiting an 85-year-old. Detectives say they found Serrano had transferred the funds to a separate bank account and used the money for online gambling. And a former White House photographer under the Gerald Ford administration is claiming that the Gerald Ford Foundation in Grand Rapids nixed a nomination for the Gerald R. Ford Medal for Distinguished Public Service for U.S. Representative Liz Cheney. He claimed it happened over fears of retribution against the foundation if former President Trump is reelected in the fall. Photographer David Hume Kennelly sent in a letter obtained by Politico that he had resigned from the Board of Trustees after that decision. The foundation has pushed back on the allegations and said they thought that Liz Cheney might be running for president. And finally, we want to wish a happy birthday to Bishop Earl Boyer of the Diocese of Lansing. He turned 73 yesterday. You're listening to Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. Now this.
Persecution around the world has manifested itself through the centuries, but it is worse today than ever before. Aid to the Church in Need and its donors have been there to help since 1947, never abandoning the Church or her most vulnerable children. Will you stand up for your faith and accompany our brothers and sisters on their spiritual journey? Visit churchinneed.org. churchinneed.org.
Today in the Motor City, we can expect cooler temperatures and rain. There's also a chance of thunderstorms this afternoon. Highs will reach the upper 50s. Tonight, the rain continues and lows drop to the mid-40s. Tomorrow, it will be windy and rainy. Highs will be in the mid-50s. Saturday warms up and clears out. Temperatures will be in the lower 60s. And Sunday, there's a slight chance of showers in the morning, then cloudy with highs in the lower 70s. Today in the Saginaw Valley, we can expect cooler temperatures and rain. There's also a chance of thunderstorms this afternoon. Highs will reach the lower 50s. Tonight, the rain continues and lows drop to the lower 40s. Tomorrow, it will be windy and rainy. Highs will be around 50. Saturday warms up and clears out. Temperatures will be in the 60s. And Sunday, there's a slight chance of showers in the morning, then cloudy with highs in the upper 60s. Welcome back to Michigan Mornings. I'm Matthew Handley. I had a great conversation with Deacon Jean Leger earlier this week on Ave Maria Radio's Spring Membership Drive.
Al Cresta's vision from the beginning was that we would engage the culture, that we would not be a station that would just talk about doctrinal issues or liturgical issues, but would really go into the marketplace of ideas with the gospel message and looking at all of life through the lens of Scripture and the teachings of the Catholic Church. So it's exciting to be part of. We are all part of it. If you're listening, you are part of it. I know you've prayed for us. I know you've supported us in many ways with time, talent, and treasure. Today we're specifically asking for some of that treasure, let's be honest, to keep up with all of these developments, to keep up with all of the technology, to keep up with all of the cultural change and all that the Lord is calling us to. We need your help, and we're grateful for it.
You're right about when you talked about Al Cresta's vision about engaging with the culture. It's something that we truly have to do. It's really easy to want to back into our little compound and say that this is our safe place. This is where we know the world is never going to touch us. This is how we know that everything's going to be exactly done and we don't have to worry about the outside world. That's contrary to the message of the gospel. Jesus told us to go out and spread the good news. And that's what we do here at Ave Maria Radio. We're able to spread it through providing information, accurate information about things happening in our community and our world. We're able to do it by great preaching from people like Sister Ann Shields and Peter Herbeck and Father John Ricardo and great family advice as well. I mean, we heard from Dr. Gray and Lisa Popchak earlier. We've got thank you gifts from them and from Dr. Ray as well. And that's our goal here is to spread the message of Jesus. And I'm very excited to be doing that. And I'm very excited that so many people are calling in to join us for that. You can also go online to AveMariaRadio.net, which is clearly how a lot of our listeners are listening to us this morning, Deacon Gene. If we're getting calls from North Carolina and Colorado and Louisiana and Texas, I mean, they're either listening on our great free app or on our website.
Absolutely. Well, and it's become really wonderful that we can have all the different platforms covered. I'm going to be driving to Chicago tomorrow to see some grandkids. As I go there, I can listen to one of my favorite programs, which is Fire on the Earth with my friend and neighbor, Peter Herbeck, and just be able to listen on demand. All of this technology is wonderful, but it all takes development. It all takes people to run it and to keep it updated.
And we could use your support to make sure that all of our platforms remain available to everyone. Give us a call or go online to AveMariaRadio.net. That's going to do it for this edition of Michigan Mornings. I'm Matthew Handley, and Lord willing, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Goodbye.